The state of Connecticut takes advantage of and abuses the ATF arm brace rule. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And also, if you like my content and my channel, I hope that you would support me through the Patreon link in the description box below. Anything is always appreciated. But let's talk about this. Now, we know the ATF arm brace rule is in effect January 31st. We also know that the ATF held a webinar for questions about how to comply with this arm brace rule. Now, I'm going to talk about this in two parts. First, I want to play this short clip of the ATF talking about the arm brace rule as it applies to others in the state of Connecticut. It's a direct question concerning that. Of course, this is going to apply to other states. So I believe New Jersey also allowed others. So it's going to have some far-reaching implications. But I want to play that. I want to thank Sean over at Swamp City Tactical in Jewett City for getting this information to me. I appreciate the hell out of that. So I want to go ahead and play that, and then we'll come back.
All right, next question. How about states that have different regulation and considered other, like the state of Connecticut?
Right. So we're aware that Connecticut has an issue with these. They're limited options for you. An NFA branch would be unable to approve a Form 1 for an SVR in this situation because I believe, again, I'm not commenting on Connecticut state law. You're going to have to check with them. But it's our understanding that they, in fact, do not allow for these SVRs to be registered. Also, I am being told that if you remove the pistol brace, it puts them into a category that is prohibited as well under Connecticut law. You're going to have to comply with state law, and that's up to you in the state of Connecticut. So it may be that your only option is going to be to remove the arm brace and transfer it immediately out of state if state law permits that to an FFL out of state as an AR pistol if we're dealing with the ARs. Your options are limited. I mean, there are options available to you. You can destroy the firearm. You can turn it into ATF. I don't think you're going to be able to register it on a Form 1. That is my understanding, but you should check with Connecticut to confirm that. And then some of your other options are probably limited as well. You want to consult with Connecticut to find out what your options are with those particular firearms.
Yep, and that goes for all states. If you have questions about your own state laws, you'll need to contact your state to find out what your options are.
You heard that and you saw that. As I said in previous videos about this, the ATF was very aloof in its answering of certain questions. They was just simply saying, refer to, state law. State law in Connecticut, others were legal with the arm braces on them. Even the ATF has said just removing the arm brace will make you compliant with their rule. If the firearm requires a buffer tube to function as part of its function, then you can leave the buffer tube on. So as far as the state of Connecticut is concerned, just removing the arm brace to be in compliance with the ATF should be good enough. But what the state of Connecticut has now done is they have taken advantage of this arm brace rule by not allowing the transfer of others, whether they have an arm brace or not. Just across the board, they're shutting it down. Now, if anybody knows, because I've heard this pretty much as the general consensus all over, if anybody knows of anyone who's managed to transfer an other, I'd love to, please, put it in the description box. Let's get people, I'll send people there. But the state of Connecticut has pretty much kiboshed the transfer of all others. And as I said in the beginning, they're taking advantage of this arm brace rule and abusing it to basically push their own agenda. Because once again, if you're paying attention, then in the new 2023 gun control legislation that the state wants to push, they want to ban others completely. So there's that whole thing. I'm not surprised. This is Lamont. This is basically how he's been. He is just a shyster in disguise. It's simple. He allegedly, I have to throw that in there, but he has taken every iota of federal gun control and tried to boost it in the state of Connecticut, claiming that this is saving lives, which is an absolute nonsense. Gun control does not save lives. I'd all agree that with anyone. Okay, we are seeing violence in general just expand. He says, well, we have fewer gun deaths. Well, okay, fine. What about other deaths? We just had a guy, I'm trying to remember where this was. I think it was out in California. He ran a red light, ran over a guy who was on a bicycle, got out of his car and stabbed the guy to death. Don't tell me that gun control is somehow the answer to violence, because it's not. Okay? Some people are just plain evil, and we need to deal with them on that level, not telling good people what they can or cannot do. But as I said before, if anybody knows of anyone who is managing to get authorization numbers from the state of Connecticut specifically on others, please let us know. I'd love to send people there and let them keep exercising their rights. But the state of Connecticut, as far as I can see, has completely stopped the transfer of these others. So, once again, this will be a lively conversation in the description box. Please give as much information as you possibly can. Other states, I'd like to hear what's going on there, especially the restrictive states like New Jersey, who has basically they have an other contingency in their law where you can purchase them, but what are they doing? But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video is live. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.